The Catskill region of Ulster County was once the home to famous resorts like the Netherley and the Browns, but with changing times and changing tastes, these resorts now stand abandoned. But in the tiny town of Napanoch, New York, there is one hotel that is still accepting guests from a bygone era. The guest list of this hotel included Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Thomas Edison, as well as world travelers of that period. Originally opened as an inn in 1845, it suffered a fire in 1895 and was rebuilt. In 1906, it was bought by James Shanley. Shanley discovered the hotel while recovering from an illness. We don't know who or what we'll find in our overnight stay at the Shanley, but we will bring you the evidence. I'm here with Sal Nicosia. He's the present owner of the Shanley Hotel. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with what you did with this place.
Thank you.
You're a builder.
Yes.
And you had to do all the renovations more or less yourself.
Yes, I had a team that worked with me.
And you're going to take us on a tour of this place. Yes. When the whole team is ready to go, we're going to do a walkthrough with Sal, and then we're going to find out exactly where the activity is and what rooms are the hot spots. There's some interesting stuff. I found out there was a secret room that was originally used during Prohibition. And there was also an area downstairs in the basement where they stored bodies during the winter.
Right, that was in the early 1900s because the ground was too frozen for them to dig.
We're going to see all that in a little bit. Waiting for the rest of the team to get ready, and then we're going to do a walkthrough. So for right now, thank you very much, Sal.
This is the sun porch. And the spirit that's in this room is Judy. Her name is Judy. She was a guest of the hotel, and she had passed away about a year ago.
My goodness.
But not many people, they get claustrophobic down there. Not many people stay that long down there to really do an EVP session.
Can you hold my camera? I'm going to go down there, and you can hand it to me. There's a handle here. Just grab the handle. You can kind of shoot me.
Just take the...
Really do an EVP session.
Can you hold my camera? I'm going to go down there. And you can take it. And I'm going to walk down there and take a shot.
Got it. I'm taking a shot of you going down.
Yeah. Get that. Watch out. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm just going to... You want to hold that again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Get that. Watch out. It's not a big deal. It's a small room, and you can see there's a ladder in the corner, and not much in here. This is just where they stored booze.
This room here is Marguerite's room. Marguerite was a pretty redhead. She was a niece, I think, to the Shanleys, if I'm not mistaken. This is Rose's room. Rose was a world traveler. She used to like to come up here, right, when she used to come to New York. She used to like to stay at the Shanley, and she used to write her memoirs and postcards and stuff like that. And, a lot of people see a shadow figure. The smell of her perfume at times. Then there's other times we have people that slept in bed and feel somebody crawling between them. You know, it's... This was Joe's room.
Joe's room?
This is Joe's room.
Who is Joe?
Joe was the old man I was talking about.
Right, the old man.
Yeah.
But who was he in the...
Joe was, in his lifetime, he was a hitman. And we have got EVPs from him. We had asked him, you know, how he did it, and we got an EVP close up and personal. You know, and he can get a little grumpy at times, like I said downstairs. He'll get a little vulgar as far as his language.
Maybe one or two people over there?
That's really interesting. Now that's where the madam would sit, right? We just passing?
Yes, that little stool, that little banister.
Tell her what you want and how much it
She'll
costs.
sit there. She would sit there.
Hey, collect the money.
God
bless.
Thank you.
She smoked her cigarette. When the cigarette was finished, she was done.
So you also said there's a lot of activities, more tents in this area, like
Here, yeah, you pick up different things up here, you know, especially with Anna. Anna was a young Irish girl that came over from Ireland. She was only about 19 or 20.
oh wow,
And there's a mixed story with her with the stable hand that they say she was raped.
okay,
We got EVPs that was consensual sex. Back then, the child was African American,
okay,
right? The gentleman was. So when the baby was born, they hung him,
oh,
and matter of fact, they hung him right outside here on a tree. I had to cut down. And when the baby was born, they took the baby away. She never seen it.
What was your experience? So you say you didn't know until
The
The
night,
day after
the
you
day
born.
after the closing, we had come into the building. It was in the evening with another couple, and we were up in where my apartment is right now, and we were up there discussing what we were going to do with this building. And we heard somebody coming up the staircase. At that time, before we did redone the staircase, had those metal strips on it,
right?
and we heard somebody actually, four of us heard it with our ears, somebody coming up. And we went to the kitchen door, and as we went to turn the kitchen door, I said to my friend Doug, I remember locking the door downstairs. Because I thought maybe, first we thought maybe it was police, being the building was vacant for so many years. You know, they were going to investigate. But when we opened the door, there was nobody there. We searched the whole building, there was no break-ins. And that's when the activity started.
12 o'clock, Shanley Hotel, Lewis and Steve in the basement.
what is your name? I got a pretty good spike. Anyone wants to communicate with us? Do you still stock in this place in here? Do you need help? Moving on. Help. Moving on. You're the one that was moving the chair.
The chair by the pump?
Oh, the chair that I'm sitting on.
Oh,
When I was sitting on it.
it moved?
Yeah, I was shaking. And right here I got a pretty high spike EMF. Temperature is down. It's going down.
Can you move this chair again for us? You moved it once. Can you please move it again? Is the chair loose or anything that it could have wobbled?
Let's see. Not really.
No, it looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah, it is.
Unaware that we had just captured the EVP saying why record, I decided to move into a separate part of the basement. It is in this part of the basement that the spirit of TJ is said to reside. TJ was a former bartender at the Shanley Hotel and a Vietnam vet who died of Agent Orange poisoning. I want to thank you for your service. I've been told that you feel that you don't deserve the honor that's given to the men who were killed in battle. But you died from the effects of Agent Orange, which is the same as dying from a bullet, but slower. If you could... Was the voice that we captured saying why record that of TJ The bartender?
Lewis is holding my friend.
We can't say for certain. But it does seem likely, as all the bodies that were stored in the front part of the basement were from the early 1900s and would probably not recognize the fact that we were recording.
Please show me that you're here, that you understand what we're saying.
Maybe we'll take off from here for now.
We decided to leave the basement for other parts of the hotel, unaware of what we had just captured.
So yeah, just so I can not trip over anything with the camera. I don't care about me. I'm cool from here on out, I think.
Yeah, we'll give it away.
I'm here by myself down here in the Prohibition room. And in total darkness, I can't see not even 2 inches in front of my face. It's actually, honestly speaking, it's actually not too freaky down here at all. I know this was only a spot where there was booze and nothing really else. But I'd love to hear from somebody. Definitely would.
Anthony continued with his solo EVP session in the secret room, unaware that he was about to capture a voice, possibly from the 1930s Prohibition era.
Actually, if you'd like to talk to me, I got a digital voice recorder in my hand with the red light in my left hand. And if you'd like to say hello, if you want me to stay in here for a little while, you could say something. Wouldn't mind. It's a little quiet. Wouldn't mind. It's a little quiet. Jonathan.
I would love if you could do that again for me. We're not here to disrespect you. We want to probably meet you and maybe play with you if you let us. And then we promise we will not take any of your toys. My friend Anthony, he brought a nice little toy for you, which lights up.
Yep, it's a cute little gun. Do you want me to show you how it works? Here, I'll come over and show you how it works. Come on, buddy. Look, all you gotta do is come here, and all you do is press this little button. Cool, huh? Yeah, wait, I'm sorry again. There you go. Now, if you could turn that on all by yourself.
Can you get close to that device, that light, and light it up for us? Thank you. I would love if you could do that again for me. And if you want us to leave, just let it ring, sound off, and we'll leave this room and we'll let you be alone if that's what you choose. Oh, okay. I will leave your room. We're headed to Esther's room.
The EVPs captured by Donna and Anthony in Jonathan's room proved to be more than one spirit. There was the sound of a little child, and then the voice of a male adult speaking. If you remember, Jonathan's room was connected to Joe's room, and Joe was the hitman who lived for a while at the Shanley. The sequence of these EVPs will be analyzed next as they occurred. The first EVP we're going to examine is that of the little child. We believe the child is actually saying something, and that something is, "You tried to speak to me." Could this possibly be the voice of Jonathan communicating with Donna? In this EVP, Anthony is trying to communicate with Jonathan. He's using a toy gun as a trigger object. He fires the gun, and then a male voice responds. The male voice is an adult male voice, and it says, "I'm standing beside you."
Cool, huh? Yeah, wait, sorry, again. There you go.
While Donna and Anthony are walking down the hallway on the second floor, a male EVP appears on the camera's audio saying, "Okay." Just moments before, while in the hallway, Donna and Anthony's camera pick up a female voice saying, "Enter."
We're headed to.
This female voice have been the voice of Esther, allowing Donna and Anthony entrance to her room.
I'm just shining at the toys, seeing if anything's gonna move.
Jonathan was a child of 8 years old when he was struck and killed by a car in front of the Shanley Hotel. It is believed that he haunts this room. People bring him toys and candy in the hopes that he will communicate with them. We decided to try one last attempt at getting Jonathan to play with us and move a ball before heading out to investigate the well on the side of the hotel.
Can you please move this ball for us so we can see it moving? So at least we know that you are listening to us.
That you can
Green
hear
ball
us.
with a smiley face on it.
Please, Jonathan.
Just a little bit. Just so we know.
Throughout this attempt, we were unsuccessful at getting Jonathan to move any of the objects, and we at the time were unaware of the EVPs we captured. Upon our examination of the tape, we came to the conclusion that we did contact a child's voice, along with that of an adult male. Perhaps these were the spirits of Jonathan and Joe, who shared adjoining rooms.
Anything at all.
Rosie, if you're here with us, we heard you fell in the well.
The well was a place where Rosie, the daughter of a barber who lived in the Shanley, had fallen to her death many years earlier. It has been reported that her apparition or her voice had been seen and heard, but not at the well, but in the hotel. We went to see the well for ourselves.
4 years old. She fell in the well. A tragedy, to say the least.
We decided to visit the well as a break from our investigations in the hotel and to pay our respects to the spirit of Rosie, who had died so many years ago.
Well, it's a shame a little 4-year-old child didn't get to live her life. Life felt too short for her. Unfortunately. The barber must have been totally devastated. So this was, so I guess the barber had the apartment upstairs where the brothel was. So I guess all the help that worked and worked for him probably lived in this section of the building.
Sorry, I want to see if we can catch this walking guy here. Let's see.
Or I can't see on the right or the left.
In other words, in the dark, can you see?
Yes, behind, I can see.
That's all I was asking.
On our initial walkthrough with Sal Nicosia, he explained there was a phenomenon in Marguerite's room concerning the mirror. Guests had reported seeing dark shapes moving behind them when they looked into the glass. These shapes were described like shadows. Some guests even reported seeing a secondary face in the mirror when they looked into it. We decided to conduct an experiment of our own. We positioned Mary Jo in front of the mirror. Behind her, Lewis was able to shoot her reflection in the glass. I documented the entire experiment from the side view.
All right, you know what? I'm going to move.
Although we conducted this experiment for 20 minutes, there was no visible change in the mirror. No faces, no shadows. But that doesn't mean it hasn't occurred in the past. It's just that we were unable to capture anything in the glass.
All right. Can you see your own reflection? Nice shot of the stack.
The gentlemen's quarters were an area of the hotel where men could come, drink, smoke cigars, and play cards.
Yeah, they're nice and
They would
set
have
up.
occasional
Nice
visits
and neat.
from the
Don't
women
come back
upstairs in the
so you
brothel.
guys can move any of
This
these
area
cards
was
out of the
restricted to
stack.
men and men only.
Even if you knock
So we
one
decided
off,
to try an
slide 'em
experiment.
over.
I set up a stack of cards to see if they would be disturbed. Then I left the room.
Straight now, right?
Yep.
Lewis had remained behind, seated at the table, for a few minutes more after I left. It was during this time that his camera's audio picked up the whimpering sound you just heard. We know it was not the sound created by the floorboards squeaking. We had become familiar with this throughout the investigation, and the fact that Lewis had remained seated during this time and was not moving around makes this sound truly unexplainable. The mysterious sound had only occurred once, and later, when we returned to check the cards, we discovered that nothing had been disturbed.
I was told that you were very sad, right, Lewis?
Yep. They took your child away.
And you were sad. That must have been a very terrible loss. I feel very bad for you. Feel sympathy? We were told that most of the girls who worked up here were Irish. Were you Irish? From Ireland? What county in Ireland?
Though Lewis and I had spent a considerable amount of time in our EVP session in the brothel, we received no response. It was close to dawn when we decided to stop the investigation. The place had become very quiet. As dawn approached, we began to pack up our gear.
See you or Nick? How do you want me to say it? What's the way you say it?
I see Nicosia.
Okay, then I'll say the same thing. Don't look at me in trouble. Okay, ready? Okay, I'm here with Sal Nicosia. He's the original. One more time. I was gonna say he's the original owner. He looks great. Look how great this man looks.
1845,
Look how
God
good he
bless,
looks
look
for
at
his
that.
age. He looks terrific. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Man, I made myself laugh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Editing.
I'm here with Sal Nicosia. He's the present owner of the Shanley.
The Shanley Hotel stands as a place where one could reach back and touch the past. It is also a place where perhaps the past can reach out and touch you back. We spent an entire night exploring its dark hallways and its hidden secrets, looking for some link to its past, and I believe that in some way we have made a connection at the Shanley Hotel. And now, perhaps we hold a place in its history like it does in ours. We will return to the Shanley Hotel.